Hey John, what's going on?
Oh, hey Pete. Oh, you know, just the wife's having kids. She's spawning, so trying to get away.
Oh yeah, well, how's she doing?
Oh, she's doing good. A little cranky, you know, wants to fight a bunch of stuff off, but other than that, pretty good. Oh,
Joe, there's a jerk bait above your head.
wait, what?
There's a jerk bait above your head.
Do not eat it. Oh man, it looks so good.
Don't eat it. Do not eat it.
It looks delicious. Jerk baits.
Jerk baits, don't do it. Don't do it, John.
Ah!
Hey guys, so I get asked a lot, what is the best bait for pre-spawn bass fishing? So you know what? Let's get into it. So guys, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. In my opinion, the absolute 100% best pre-spawn bait you can absolutely, positively, 100% get is a jerkbait. Now, lots of people are going to say, disagree with this, but in my opinion, with my experience fishing in pre-spawn, I believe that a jerkbait is the most versatile bait for pre-spawn fishing. So here are the reasons why, guys. So number one, a jerkbait can be fished pretty much at any water depth. Now, what that means is, of course, the jerkbait isn't going to dive 20 feet deep, but a lot of time jerkbaits are used to fish off of ledges, or say there's shallow water leading into deep water. If you fish a jerkbait from that shallow water to the deep water, a lot of time you're going to get one of those female bass to come up from the deep water and hit your bait, especially if you have a suspending jerkbait and you leave it there a while. Now, jerkbaits are used quite a bit in the winter as well, and especially suspending jerkbaits, but I would recommend using suspending jerkbaits in pre-spawn as well, and still keeping those cadences fairly slow, because those bass aren't quite ready to be extremely active. And so when you are using these jerkbaits, I recommend suspending. You got to speed up your cadence a little bit, but definitely make sure you pause every once in a while, because you never know, a bass could be following that bait for your last 12, 13 twitches. But if you don't pause it and give that bass something different to react upon, it's not going to eat it. So make sure that you pause that bait as many times as you can on the way back to the boat. And for a decent amount of time, I usually do 10-second pauses now. Lots of people will change that up as well, but definitely try to get yourself pausing that bait. It'll definitely catch you more fish. And that's my first tip and reason why the jerkbait is the best. Hey guys, so the second reason I think the jerkbait is the best pre-spawn bait is because it's very simple. Now, what I mean by that is when you fish this bait, it's really not that hard to learn how to make a cadence and how to fish the jerkbait itself, just twitching it. And when you pause the bait, you can actually have a visual indication of when a bass hits by looking at your line. Simply if the line twitches or if it jerks around or it starts sinking or anything like that, that's a fish, guys. So make sure you watch your line. That brings me into the third point. Watch your line when you fish this bait, because when you have that bait pause, which is where a lot of those strikes do come from, your line is going to twitch or it's going to move. And the only way that you're going to notice that is if you watch your line. Because if that fish hits and you're not paying attention, it's going to spit it out, or if you're lucky enough, it'll stay hooked. But make sure you watch your line, because as soon as that line twitches or jerks, you want to set the hook as fast as you can to get that bass in the boat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This bait really is the #1 bait for me. I fish this in all my pre-spawn tournaments. I fish this in pre-spawn basically all the time. I fish this bait year round. It's probably my favorite all year bait to fish, period. And pre-spawn, it really shines, guys. So make sure you try them. Make sure you try jerkbaits. I use Lucky Craft, if you guys were wondering. Those are my favorite. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.